India, I want you to cry me a river of tears. That's the topic of today's little video. First, let's do the housekeeping. Name's Virgil Beerswell. Website's vbsenate.com. I'm running the senator to replace Senator Cornyn because he's doing a lousy job taking care of Texans in America, letting Sharia law and Islam get its foothold in America, in Texas. What kind of senator is that? For those wanting to contact me, vbeers@gmail.com. My website is guestworkervisas.com. I know many of you are looking for good paying jobs and you're having a hard time finding them. And that's kind of why I wanted to do this story for today. Vote for Virgil the Jobs Guy. That's me, the ugly guy in the hat underneath that banner there. vbsenate.com. There's my phone number, 325-215-1886. Text me, but don't call me. I get too many crank calls as it is. Let's go to India now. Or should we say America? This little gal here, Indian woman shares emotional farewell after biotech job layoff while on F1 OPT visa, highlighting challenges for international students and professionals in the United States. Written by somebody named Shubham Chabra or something like that. I'm bringing this up and I'm doing a video on this because nobody's ever cried a set of tears for any American tech worker that got displaced so that she could come over here and do her bit. The ideal of the American dream has long drawn people worldwide. He talks about it, how her farewell to the United States struck an emotional chord online, highlighting the challenges faced by international students and professionals in pursuit of long-term stability. Now, what you don't, that many of you don't understand is we don't create enough jobs for our own people. So if they come over here pursuing a job at long-term stability and an American gets forced out, but this Subham or whatever his name is or her name has never run an article about that American that got forced out so that she could pursue her dream. Matter of fact, I only know one fella from India that's writing about the Americans displaced. A guy named Tanal. He's doing a hell of a job. Supposed to have a book published maybe by the end of the year. Despite months of applications, interviews, and networking, she struggled to land a suitable offer. Eventually decided to leave the U.S. and shared a video of her departure that quickly went viral. She described the moment as by far the hardest part of this journey. America was my first home as a financially independent adult, and that will always be a special thing for me. She's relocated to Dubai to begin a new chapter. What got me is down here, this first little thing here. Others, however, questioned the framing of her struggle after noting the video was filmed inside a first class or business class cabin in the airplane. One comment read, "Left the American dream to pursue the Dubai dream and weeping in first class. Such a tough life." And they got a point. She can go to Dubai or back to India and pursue her dream. Where does the American have to go? It's my understanding I can't go to India and go to work. I don't think I'd want to because I've seen too many videos over there. While the countryside is like China's countryside, looks intriguing. The city life, it ain't for this old boy. So what about it, you know? She come over here on a F1 visa, probably a student visa, got her an OPT job, where the employer didn't have to pay any taxes on her, is my understanding. So she automatically saved like 15% to that employer right there, just so that they wouldn't have to hire an American and pay that 15%. But I don't hear nobody crying about that American family that couldn't find a job. I don't hear nobody crying about an American family that doesn't have a Dubai to go to or can afford a first class ticket. I don't hear anybody crying about any of that. It's only about these non immigrant guest workers. By God, when I left here in the mid 75 or so, and I went overseas to visit my father in the oil field, there, if that had gone sour on me, which it did, I was dependent on him to get me back to the States. I had no money, no job, no future. 16-year-old kid or whatever I was back then. There wasn't no way to get home. This gal here, she seems to have plenty of money. So why are we crying over her? How about we cry over that lady I heard from the other day? You know, that her and her husband did the right thing. They raised a good family, taught their kids well, sent their kids off to college. The kids did them well. They got a degree in computer science or engineering or something like that, and they got good grades, passed and topped their class, and they haven't been interviewed for over a year. Why are we crying about them? If I was going to cry for anybody, it'd be them. So now, India, you guys and gals, y'all did this to yourself. You come over here. We welcome you with open arms back in the 1990s. You worked your way into management where you decided who got hired and who got fired. And you made damn sure that no Americans could get hired. You lied to your managers and said, hey, there's no qualified Americans out there. That's bullshit. We put men on the moon long before you were imported like cattle to take jobs in America. If you want to blame somebody, look in the mirror. Blame yourselves. That's why Americans and Australians and the people of the UK are all saying, no, 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 bullshit. It's time for y'all to go home. You've overstayed your welcome. And I, for one, as an American, agree with them. It's time for you to go home. Those wanting to support me, to agree with me, vbsenate.com. I could use all the help you got, man. Because if we don't find a way to outspend these guys in TV advertisements or wherever the political war is being fought, then we're going to have to find some way outside of it. We need to be sharing my information or anybody you know that is running for office that is against the H-1B and is against Islam or Sharia law or whatever the hell they want to call it, being built here in Texas, especially after what we're seeing in Michigan, I think it is. They need your support. I need your support. You need to get off the couch and vote for your future. Thank you. Good day.